Hello to all my friends out there in YouTube land. It is your good buddy Philtastic Phil here. And I'd like to welcome you back to my channel. I know that I'm doing this a little bit out of order, but you'll see why, I guess. I did a little bit of a storyline for this video. But first and foremost, sorry I haven't really been around too much. Things have gotten kind of crazy outside of YouTube, outside of comics. And I also wanted to make sure that the subject for this video, which is my long-awaited review of Isolation issue number 1, was at a spot where I liked it, and I think I got it there. And I do want to apologize too if I'm a follower of your YouTube channel and you've had a review of Isolation. I haven't watched that video because I wanted to stay fresh for this review. But I promise I will hop on the YouTube machine and do that shortly. Anyway, go ahead and check out this video, and I will either interrupt somewhere in the middle or maybe towards the end. I haven't decided yet. But go ahead and enjoy the Philtastic review of Isolation issue number 1. Thanks for seeing me today, Doc. Please call me Dr. Samsonite. That's Samsonite, not like the other guy. You know, to avoid copyright infringement. By the way, how do you get your hair so green? Gamma radiation. Oh, is that like something from L'Oreal or something? I don't know. What seems to be troubling you? I've just been feeling, I don't want to say lonely, but just kind of secluded. Yeah, no, that's right. And just like I don't know, everything's kind of out of place. And not like it's not arranged right, just like I'm kind of like out of time. No, we have an hour. You know, like not running late, but not in the right time period. I don't know if that makes sense. It really doesn't, but go on. Yeah, and everything is just so black and white. As in decisive? No, not figuratively. You mean black and white like devoid of all pigment? Right, yes. That's strange. You know, it sounds to me like you've come down with a case of isolation. Isolation? Isolation. It's the new comic from Swolger Publishing. Wait, Doc, how is something like that going to help me? You know, I could explain it to you, but I really just don't want to. So instead, go ahead and watch this video. Isolation is the first offering from the brand new independent comic book publisher, Swolger Publishing. It is the brainchild of writer Doug Bratton and publisher Reggie Simmons, also known as Reggie Collects. That's with 1 G. On the surface, Isolation is a mystery about a series of murders spanning 80 years, but upon reading the first issue, it is apparent that this is something vastly different than any comic produced by DC, Marvel, or Image to date. This is not a story about capes or crooks, rather it is a complex drama shrouded in shadows and drenched in bloody secrets. Whether we are in 1992 witnessing the urgency of an active police search in a swanky London penthouse, or a tense and frightful meeting between a local militia and a mysterious hooded figure on the outskirts of a small Louisiana town in 1869, each page of Isolation drips with foreboding, dark atmosphere. Artist Delia Gunderson, a graduate of the Joe Kubert School, expertly crafts the enigmatic and intriguing world of Isolation using ink wash in a way that makes each panel look like a classic black and white film. Delia's painterly brushstrokes are at times reminiscent of Japanese tapestries known as Suzure Nishiki, such as Tiger by Kawanabe Kiyosai in 1878, and Reading in a Bamboo Grove, painted in 1446 by Tensho Shuban. The composition and effective use of shadows and light in each panel is bursting with a dark and often domineering feeling, giving the reader the feeling the brightest lights hold as many secrets as the darkest blacks. The best way I could really describe the overall mood of the book is if an Alice in Chains song magically inched its way out of your stereo speaker and somehow materialized on an empty canvas. Doug Bratton has truly written what I can only describe as a unique and intense drama that spans generations. The first issue alone is an emotional roller coaster that builds upon each scene until we reach the shocking final page, which I'm not going to spoil for you. While it is difficult at this juncture to compare Isolation to a popular comic book, film, or other medium, I can tell you the first time I finished reading it, I had the same feeling I had when I watched the first episode of Game of Thrones. Like Game of Thrones, Isolation will no doubt introduce us to several complex characters, concepts, and will no doubtly surprise us. Hopefully the ending is a little bit more satisfying. It is hard at this stage of the game to really define what genre Isolation truly is. Isolation is as much as the movie Seven as it is Gone with the Wind, with a touch of Tombstone and Friday the 13th. You see what I mean? I'm all over the place here. So instead of trying to speculate what's in store for us, I'm just going to say this. Isolation's a damn good read. A ride I look forward to taking further, and a book one should not miss. Well, where can I get Isolation? You know, anybody can snag a copy of issue 1 by simply going to Reggie Collects, that's Reggie with 1G.com, while supplies last. But an even better way of getting a copy of issue number 1 is by supporting the Kickstarter for issue number 2. You know, if this were a YouTube video, it would be a perfect place for me to say that I'm going to have a link to the Kickstarter and to reggiecollects.com in the description. But since this is a doctor-patient session, that information does you and I no good. If only somebody were watching. But here, you can have this copy. Wow, thank you, Doc. A copy of my own. Now, don't mention it. I'm just going to bill your insurance for about 4 times what you would normally pay for it. That's how I do things. So, how is this comic going to cure my issues? Speaking of which, why am I wearing different clothing and why is it nighttime all of a sudden? No, I'm pretty sure that's what you were wearing when you got here. No. Mm-hmm. Look, you know, I don't want to pull rank here, but I am a doctor, hang around a bunch of superheroes, so who are you going to believe? Yourself or this green-haired doctor? Wait, what? Your hour's up, and I gotta go on vacation, so I'll see you. Did he just leave? Oh, I almost forgot. In case your insurance doesn't pay the full bill, make sure you get the money to me. Okay. Hey everybody, so I'm just breaking in. Not sure if this is in the middle or at the end, haven't figured that out yet, but that's some inside information that you just didn't need to know, so there you go. But I wanted to give a shout out to the people who responded to my hashtag challenge on our last video, even though it was a while ago. Those people are Doug Bratton, writer of Isolation, great job Doug, great issue, looking forward to more. Cuppo Comics, Comic Fam. I'm not making fun. That's me trying to do an honest impression without any coffee. And that's why you should never do impressions, by the way. Brian LCS. Brian always has great content. Looking forward to the CBC Awards, rather. CBCA is the other thing, right? I don't know. Zach's Collection. Very cool channel. Love checking out Zach's stuff. Main Event Comics. My man, you got to put me in a wrestling match. Come on. Me versus Chad or, you know, something like that. Come on. We could do it. Cole's Comic Claims. I think he probably made it like that, like a tongue twister on purpose. Very cool channel. You're probably seeing him already. Probably seeing his videos already. And you should if you're not. Very cool channel. And Trev the Shipping Guru. I can't talk. Trev is great. I've talked a ton about Trev before. He won my 100 subscriber contest. Yes, I remember because we got him that gift card. But Trev is coming a long way and he's spreading a lot of good around the community too. Beat me to sending out a copy of Isolation to, I think it was Main Event. But great job, Trev. So anyway, let's see the hashtag for this video. I've already done one that was hashtag Isolation, and I've done one already for Bretton Brothers Rule. That was for one of their comic book garage sales that I attended to. You should check out that video, and I'll see if I can remember putting a card or something around here. I just learned to do that. I really like the artwork by Delia Gunderson in Isolation, and it's got a very unique style, so why don't we say hashtag Inkwash. That's hashtag Inkwash. All you have to do, if you're unfamiliar, is comment on this video and included that hashtag inkwash somewhere in your comment, and I'll give you a shout out on the next video. And before we wrap things up, I just wanted to end this video like I typically do. Peace, love, and comics, and thank you again for checking this content out. I do appreciate it. Enjoy the rest of your day.